Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again. Also, what I need for you to do, sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, my worthless 2 cents is about to put something in your ear. Oh, get ready, get ready. And the boy is here, the boy is back. Oh, yeah, it's me. It's your boy, the Louisiana Country Boy, coming at you live once more again with another edition of, my worthless 2 cents table talk. Well, your approval is not needed. And I was just telling my cousin. If y'all don't know, I'm not gonna introduce my cousin. I'm gonna let my cousin introduce herself. That they have my cousin. Look, I didn't have nobody to come on tonight, and I was gonna be sitting up here, and y'all was gonna be just looking at my ugly mug. But then my cousin was so gracious to say, like, "You what? You ain't got nobody." Well, she was like, "I got something to do," but I kind of twisted her arm and twisted her finger and like a little bit, and she decided that she would actually come on tonight. So my cousin is going to tell y'all all about who she is, what she does, and all the wonderful things about her. But you know, I'm just happy to be here. So yes, y'all ain't got to look at me. You sure don't. Y'all can look at my cousin and y'all be like, "Hi," and whatever. But it is a privilege, it is an honor to have this young lady here tonight. Man, I tell you, she got something for y'all. I can actually sit. Look, y'all know we cousin cause Country Boy drinking water, and she got water. See, y'all, boy, look, see, that what family do.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm super excited to be here. Where I say, where there's a will, there's a way. And God has risen it up to his purpose to have me here and have me in the Louisiana Country Boy talking table seat. So I'm just excited to warm up my seat over here and get to talking. But my name is Denise Morales. I am the founder of Be Nurtured, and we focus on expanding mental health resources to communities where they're just underserved and wanting to provide these things out here for you all. But super excited to be here. Houston, born and raised. I'm functioning out of Houston. And so if you see me more wearing multiple hats. Mental health is just one. I'm in real estate. I'm an entrepreneurial. I'll do admin. I work in nonprofit and anywhere.
All right, boy. Look, you gotta get. Ooh, you all over the place. You all over the place. Well, look,
I
you
am
know,
I am
this show.
Pitbull, but I'm worldwide.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You can't miss it all over the world. Yes, indeed.
All
Well,
over.
look, all your stuff, which and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna shut up. So whatever it is, you know what the table's like. We've had the conversation. Whatever it is that you want to. Now, I will tell you this. I will say one thing, cuz at the
Okay.
end of the show, and I explained to you that we don't ask no question. I ain't got no list of questions, but I got a surprise question for you at the end. I only have one. I got one surprise question at the end. So you just be ready because it's coming. It's coming. It's coming down the track. But I would love for you just to as I always say, let me introduce you properly. This is what I tell my people. That's what I want them to do. Everybody that's listening, everybody that's out there watching, I want y'all to do something for the old country boy. Sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Oh, Denise, put something in their ear.
Thank you. Yes. Put your headphones on. Listen in because we got something great for you tonight. There's always something to be said. And whether you want my 2 cents or not, you going to hear it
Mm,
today.
there she go. Yes.
And you know what? That's what's so funny. It's like it's so weird to function in these spaces where maybe sometimes people think that you should be calm, collected, poised, and a professional, but you can't take the dual dynamics that I have. Like I was born in the hood. I was. And so I am very much a city girl that was born out of the hood and I've seen things, I've gone through things. So these things are, you can't take those away from me. They make me who I am. But it doesn't mean that I cannot function at a gala. It doesn't mean I cannot dress up and like be in these spaces, but
Come
I
on.
can very much show up, do the work, do the job, but I can still kick it.
Hey, you know, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. What I found out, and I can only speak for myself, is that I lived in that where you were trying to fit in somebody else's expectations of yourself. That is work.
Oh my, it's stressful. It's
Ooh,
tiring. I'm tired of
ooh.
trying to meet your expectations
Come
that
on.
you put on me, and those are standards that you're holding. And so if I fail, who's disappointed? You are. But then who's stressing me because I'm trying to please you? That's what that was. I was trying to please you and your needs.
You know, listen to this. You know what I discovered?
Mm.
We be trying to live up to other folks' expectations and they can't live up to their own.
Hmm. No, and that's true. It's like that's when you're kind of putting that off on somebody else. So
Mhm.
you know you in the wrong. It's kind of like, oh, you giving me advice, but you can't take your own.
Come on, that part.
That's what that is.
That part. You trying to tell me what to do. You trying to tell me how to handle my stuff. You can't even handle it.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's true. And I think you start getting to a point of recognizing some of the hypocrisy that you realize, what am I doing this for? And
Yes.
like I'm over here stressing myself out, but who's choosing to let that person come into my space? It's me. I'm very much about my personal choices. I believe everything's a choice. I choose to wake up in
Yes.
the morning. I choose to make my bed. I choose to brush my teeth. I choose to make phone calls. That is a personal choice. And sometimes we forget that we have options and choices, and we let other people dictate those things for us. And once
Yes.
you gain reign and control, you're like, nah, I'm not gonna let you bother my peace. I'm not gonna let you
Come
pass this
on.
fence.
Come on. Come on. That girl, let me tell you something. At this age, it took me a long time. Don't get me wrong. It took me a long time. It took me a long time, and I paid a high cost to finally get my peace.
Man.
What I say now, let me tell you something. I paid too much to finally get it to let you have it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And what does that mean too? Like, what does it mean for you to have paid the cost? Because for me it looked like exhaustion. For me it looked like panic attacks. For me it looked like bawling and crying, shutting out the world, because I was just overwhelmed.
Wow. Wow. And you know, and that is so real. And so many people live that life on a day-to-day basis. So many people have tied themselves, yes, have tied themselves to things. But you know, but here's the thing: we want to say something tied itself to us, but we have the ability and can make the choice whether untied or not. But we won't because we so worried about how somebody else gonna feel. Well, what how they gonna look at me? What they gonna think about me? Same thing they gonna think about you anyway.
Yeah, they ain't nothing different.
Come on.
And I like to phrase it, and I like to think about it is, in my ending days or when I get back home, who's gonna be wiping my butt?
Mm,
It's me.
come on.
Nobody else is gonna do it for me. And so why am I so concerned about this other individual? And maybe it is hard to feel like you have to disappoint, that you have to say no. But you saying no, it's saying yes to what? Saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your boundaries, saying yes to your mental peace. And I'm healing from that too. I haven't always been this way. I am a recovering people pleaser.
Mm.
I am.
Understanding, girl. Oh Lord Jesus, let me tell you. Let me tell you, because I know about people places. Lord, how much I spent so much time doing that, you know. But it was doing that, and sometimes we go so. I often say, for me, it was pouring out what I didn't even have in. I was
Mhm.
empty, empty, trying to pour into folks. Empty, pouring over here and running over here. You snap, I'm jumping. You clapping, I'm coming.
Mm-hmm.
You call, I'm answering. You know, I learned something. This was a thing that I learned. I don't know who I was listening to, Lord. I was listening to somebody. And they said when you have an issue, you have something going on in your life, and you want to call somebody and you want to vent to them, they say the first thing you should ask them, are you mentally, emotionally capable of handling what I'm about to dump on you right now? Because
Yeah.
sometimes you know how you just call folks and you just get the brrr,
Hey,
and they in a
girl.
whole they in that whole space. They like, you didn't even ask me how my day went. You want to come pour your mess on me, and
Mm-hmm.
I can't even handle mine. But we don't take the time to stop and say, wait, before I go dumping on them, should I not ask them if they're capable of handling my trash? Because I don't know how full their trash can is. But
Yeah. No, it's true. And it's happened to me where I've had to take a pause and realize not everyone is equipped to hear what I'm going through, and they're probably going through something too. And
yes.
you can make somebody else's day 10 times worse if you just don't even do a check-in. And I've had to do that to somebody else too. I had one of my friends call me and tell me, "Hey, da da da," and I said, "I'm sorry, friend. I want to help, but I don't have the mental capacity at this moment. And I
Mm,
love you, but I can't right now." And that's at a point where I was already emotionally, mentally, spiritually overwhelmed in all dynamics. I remember I had guests over and they were trauma dumping on me. Their trauma dumping did a counter transfer onto me. I broke down crying, hyperventilating, had a full panic attack. They didn't even know what was going on with me. And I was like, y'all just need to leave, because at this moment I can't regulate myself and you're not making it any better, because they didn't know what they were doing to me.
wow, wow, wow. And how many times really has that happened happened to people? How many times do you just allow people to just dump and just dump, and you feel that you have to be there? You feel this world has made you feel like you got to be there. You got to be the one to save them, to pull them out, to hear it. And you are full of your own stuff. You got the world, you feel like the world, and you looking around. What's the crazy part for me? Let me tell you, cuz you know the crazy part is looking at your
What is it?
looking at your phone, and you want to share with somebody, and you go through and like, they can't handle it, they can't handle it, they can't.
It feels very lonely on my side. I'm like, no one, and somebody has asked me before, who knows you to the well into your tea? And I could really only say one person, and that was not even family. And I
Mm,
and that person has seen me cry, has seen me laugh, has seen me at all stages of my life. Maybe I've shared and not shared, but that person like probably knows me. But these other people, I never felt that I could fully share myself. But also they don't have the responsibility to
mm,
take care of me, my happiness, my feelings. And that's where mental health professionals come in. And that's where I recognize that the gap is as well. Like, not everyone is equipped, because let's say I go to you, you're in no place to help me, I get a negative response for you, I'm going to leave that situation with a negative feedback loop and feeling worse of myself.
yes, yes, that is so true. Wow, that is so true. You know, it's terrible when so many of us look around and we have not surrounded ourselves with people who are centered and grounded emotionally, mentally, spiritually, that you can turn to. Because there's really, I mean, not a lot of people are. Not a lot of people have reached that point where you know that if I go there, I can get that sound advice. I can get that real conversation. They not just gonna be like, mm-hmm, 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 and haven't heard a word that we said, because
Right.
they were tuned out. They were tuned out from hello. They were-
Yeah, they're just like a body in a seat, but mentally not present.
Yeah.
And then that makes you think, then really, where are you casting out your worries?
Mm. Wow.
Into
Wow.
death man's ears.
That yeah. Well, I don't cast them on no more. Well, yeah, I do. I just chunk it on them. I don't care if they hear me or not. I just be like, look here, let me tell you what's going on. I'm gonna just pour
Me,
out.
I'm like, this is why I got my emotional support dog.
Hey,
she,
that's
she
good.
didn't know she was signing up to. She didn't know she was signing up to be my emotional support dog, but she here. Um, look, me in this journey of my dog. I'm gonna just give her the praise, because I don't know when I ever will get to do this again. But I got her. Sorry, I don't know if it went in and out, but I got my dog in 2018 from one of my exes, and I bought her off of him because I never wanted him to claim her off of me. So she's my dog, she's mine. She was 350. I'm gonna name her, I'm gonna keep her, I'm gonna spade her, I'm gonna do whatever I want with her. This dog is so in tune with me. Anytime she has sensed me cry, she has came and laid down right on top of me.
Oh wow.
Came and been by my side. It's like she knows when I'm sick. She knows when I'm sad. And in times, I remember in college when I reduced my anxiety, how to just kind of debrief my days. I remember coming home from class, putting a leash on her, and going and just walking the street, ending up on a trail. I was in Austin, so I was taking hikes, and that was just peace for me. And
Mhm.
just having something be consistent in my life really
Right.
pulled me out of a lot of things. And my dog did that for me.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
Good. You know I got to be. I got to get nosy now. You said you bought the dog off your eggs. I mean, look, some folks let some things slide, but old country boy, I catch the smallest of details. You said you bought.
So wait. You say you got out a little bit. So you say you're
Wait a minute.
being nosy.
I'm
What are
being
we being
nosy.
nosy about?
So you said you bought the dog off your eggs. Wait a minute. You literally said, "I'm on." Come on. You got to tell me. I just got to know. Uh-oh. Did I lose you? You froze on me.
Th- There you go. You came back.
Okay. Look, well, we froze on each other. Look, you got to tell me about this whole you bought the dog part. I got to know.
Okay, okay. I mean, what do you want to know? Okay, she was the first of the batch. She the mom and the dad were both gray and white dogs, and she was the only one that came out tan. Look, Ava, come over here, baby. Ava, come here. We took her a shower yesterday. Oh, look, she's gonna come. Come here. Come on, come on. And so this is my baby.
Oh Lord.
All right, good girl. Yeah, and so I just bought her, and she's mine, and ain't nobody can take her from me. So that's
Oh
it.
wow. Wow. But and that's great though. And we all need something or someone to be able to be there. And I think a lot of people miss that. A lot of people, unfortunately, and I speak for myself, we continue to have things and people around that really don't serve our best interests and are really not there
Yeah,
for us. They're not there
yeah,
to help us to the next stage. The worst
yeah,
part about me in this life, and I'll tell you this, is that knowing when someone or something's time has expired. It doesn't make it bad.
and
It
that's hard.
and you go
It's
like,
hard to let go. You've invested so much time.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's it's
Hmm.
it's it's like, man, but you keep hope. And here's the thing that I've discovered for me: sometimes we make the good memories large, but the detrimental memories small. And it was the detrimental
Mhm.
memories that cause us to want to move on anyway, but we keep replaying the good
The good
ones.
memory. Yeah. And I have to remember in those times that those things served a purpose in my life in that phase of my life, but I'm no longer in that phase of my life, and it is no longer serving me in this phase of my life. And
Yes.
that's what happened with my dog's dad. And so and I got stuck there for a really long time, and I will be open and transparent about that. And I think that happened because I was in a place in my life where I didn't know who I was. I didn't know my identity. I didn't know my likes. I hadn't gone off to college. I hadn't explored my life, and I settled on what I thought was the best pick at the time, to realize that even through the hurt, the pain, the mistrust, the infidelities, whatever happened, uh, I was stuck in it for a long time because I didn't know myself, and I grew my identity around a person versus growing the
Mm,
identity in myself and figuring out who I was. And so finally, whenever distance started creating boundaries and all this stuff, I ended up fighting myself. I was like, I don't know why I'm here. I'm not happy. I don't know
mm,
this person. They don't know me. They're dimming my light, and they're not they everything I have now for what I have, they didn't even support it. So imagine if I would have had somebody constantly fighting against the grain that's supposed to be on my side
mm.
when it came to this.
Wow.
I would not be here today.
This wow. Wow. That's wow. That is so true. And what you're saying is so true. The part that you said that so many of us do is we allow our identity to become what somebody else. It's not even ours.
Yeah.
We create an identity around other things and other people.
Hmm.
Um, because I spent so many years living in a house with my mirrors covered because I didn't even know me. I couldn't even face me because I didn't recognize me and who I was because my identity was tied to who somebody else said I was, or
Hmm.
trying to be or live up to somebody else's, what we said before, somebody else's expectations of me. And I didn't even know me.
I didn't even know me.
The hardest part, the hardest thing for self is to step away because you're stepping away from everything that's familiar. You're stepping away. You're becoming reborn because now it's a birthing process all over again. And you have to shed off all of this stuff. And so many people
Oh
don't
man.
want to shed it.
And you said birth. That means there had to be some death related to the
Mm,
end, the closing. And that's how I felt. I felt like I had to dig that grave, and I had to lay it down, cover it up, and lay it to rest.
yes,
Because I was the only person with that shovel that I could have dig it up. I could have let that person stay. And I could have let it continue to be my identity. But I was like, I can't do it anymore. Even if you love, even if you care, you have to recognize that you can have those emotions, but you also have to recognize that it's not good for you. That
yes.
you cannot stay in that space because what it has done for you.
And
Or shrink it.
life is a lesson. This life is a lesson, and this life teaches us what we want. This life teaches us what we don't want. It teaches us which way to go, which way not to go. But we have to be willing to take those lessons and apply it. So many people go like, I'm gonna try it over again. I'm gonna try the same.
Yeah. No, and you're completely right. And to be honest, like I've had this ongoing thing. I'm going up to my 30s now. I've been in long-term relationships, but I see a lot of people around me, right, getting married, having kids and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, I love kids. I would love to be in a marriage. I feel like I'm a wife, but I have never settled and or trusted anyone taking care of me. And I had a really great friend finally tell me, you would have had that, but you don't let yourself have it. And I have grown hyper independence after my dog's situationship. I have. It's made me realize that I can't trust in anybody but myself. And now I have a really great partner, and he's let me know, you need to let me step in. You need to trust me. And I feel like that was really God knocking at the door and saying, it's time. It's time
Mm,
to allow yourself to trust. And so now I'm battling with myself and having to recognize and reflect that I cannot continue the patterns I was doing in the past because they didn't work. It's
mm,
obvious they didn't work. I kept ending up in the same situation. This is
right.
a different opportunity that God has brought to my attention, and now it's time for me to act on it differently. And so it has created spiritual wherefore in me. It has created a mental wherefore for me where I had to actively choose and act and do differently. And it has been the most pleasant experience of my life.
Wow. Wow. And
As
that's
much
it. You,
and it's growing me day by day.
and you walk in
It
it, and
really is.
it's a journey, and it's, you know, I just believe in you just take one step. And it doesn't have to be a huge step. You just take those steps and you take it, um and trust in yourself, trust in everything that God has put in you. You trust because them lessons, he was like, okay, I'm teaching you something. I'm teaching you something. And when you trust in him, he, for me, he starts to feel those things, and you start to not
Mhm.
focus on it, them, but you focus on him. And that's that thing, is when he will direct your path. And he will, but you have to be focused on him and where he's taking you to and where he's leading you to. And okay, all right. And the greatest part is growth is always going to lead you in unfamiliar territory.
Yeah. And that's the thing about growth. Growth feels uncomfortable. When you're used to comfort, you're not growing. and
Mm,
and and I push myself into that place intentionally. I have told myself various times, I've been here too long. It's time for me to move. And as scary as it feel, it anxious it makes me feel, I know that that place of uncomfortability is going to grow me, and one day it's going to become familiar again. One day it's going to become comfortable again. And so what is that next step?
mm. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I mean, you have to keep pouring and you keep growing and you keep learning. You know, I don't think, here's the thing, and talking about relationships, I ain't got now. But anyway, talking about relationships is you never ever will know, fully know. We will never fully even know our own selves. We will
Mhm.
never ever reach the point where we know everything about ourselves. So why is it that we think that we will know everything about someone else?
And you're speaking the truth because I can't expect my partner to be everything I need them to be for me. You cannot be 100% because I don't even know everything that I do need. You may fulfill great aspects, but this is where your friendships come in. This is where your supports come in. This is where your hobbies come in. You got to fulfill those things on your own. No
Yes,
one should hold the responsibility of making you happy.
exactly, exactly, exactly. You know, I believe so much in focusing on God, and here's why. Because
Yeah,
he
God
said
God has
that
really been in the midst.
he will supply all of our needs. For me, that
Mhm.
means if I focus on him, I don't even know what I need because he's supplying it. That comes if I continue to focus on him, everything that I'm missing, I don't even know that I'm missing it, but he's going, because he's supplying it. Because it's not, I'm not focused on, oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have that. Oh, I'm out here because I don't know what I don't have because I know who I do have.
Mhm.
And he's like, okay, because every step of the way, focusing on him, when you get to the place, wherever that place is, it's going to be like, bam, it's already there. It's like, bam, he's taking care of it and he's putting it right there for you. And as he's putting it there if you're focusing on him.
Yeah.
He's already preparing you for it. So it ain't like when you get it, now you're trying to get ready for it. Like some people say, well, I'm getting ready for marriage. Well, you should already be ready. You can't get ready for it once you get in it. You have to already be prepared for it when it comes. So many things is I remember my college roommate that he used to, when I was out doing other stuff, he was studying, and above his desk, he wrote his name and wrote doctor, because he wasn't looking at where he was. He was preparing himself.
He declared it
for where he was going. And that's what we should be doing, is not looking at preparing ourselves daily for where we're going, where we want to be, focusing on him, going like, okay, this is my next step. This is where I need to be focusing on. And it happens. You wake up one day and it's like, oh, I feel, wow, wait, oh, wait. And that's that peace and that joy, because stress comes from looking for stress came me trying to figure out stuff that I ain't had no business trying to figure out. That's where my stress came from. I'm trying to figure out this over here. Why? Just focus.
Yeah.
Focus on.
And that's interesting you bring that up, especially with spirituality. I feel that sometimes God has made certain phases of my life feel uncomfortable because he was telling me it's time for you to move. It's time for you to move. And I'm actually going through one of those phases right now. So I have since.
Hold tight. We lost the internet connection. She coming right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. Boy, I'll tell you then. Wait a minute. Is that the internet thing? That may be the internet thing. Maybe they done tapped into the show, y'all. Uh-oh. Hold on. There she go. And she's back. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, there she go. Did they get you? Uh-oh. Hold on. Y'all hold tight just 1 second. Hold on.
All righty,
Like,
we're back. There we go. Sorry about
Mark. He need to leave us alone.
I know, but so I was thinking about like the times where God has came into my life and maybe I started feeling uncomfortable in a place. I felt like that was God letting me know that it was time for you to move on. And so right now I'm going through one of those phases where right now I'm in my internship for clinical mental health counseling. And so I should be graduating in July. And I have 3 days out of the week where like it's hard to hold a part-time job right now because nobody wants you for 3 days. Everybody wants you for a full-time job. Especially with my skill set, I need a full-time job. And so, but I feel that God has really told me, I need you to remain patient and I need you to keep those days free because I'm going to fill those days up for you. And my days have been packed. Even without a full-time employment, my days have been packed with speaking engagements, with volunteering, with some type of side hustle, with some type of real estate deal. Like my time has been busy and invested more than ever. And I felt like this is where God's saying, I'm transitioning you. Just hold on. I know you're tired, but just hold on. I know you want to give up and you want to go to what's easiest, but I need you to hold on. And so I am holding on to my life.
Wow. And you're so right. He does. He makes he makes the situation uncomfortable in order to teach us these things. I call it, and I did a show on it. I call it it's love lessons. When a friend of mine asked me, what is it that I'm supposed to learn? She was going through some things. And one day I was on my way and I was driving to work. And that morning it hit me. And everything is a love lesson. Everything that we endure, every trial, it's a love lesson. And she didn't get it, but in First Corinthians 13, it talks about what love is. Love is patient, love is kind.
Mhm.
It's a love lesson. And see, now I understand like everything we go through, it's testing something about our love. Maybe it's testing our patience, which is a part of
Mhm.
love. It's
Yeah.
testing our kindness, which is a part of love. It's testing our forgiveness, dog, baby daddy. It's
But yo, you are so right. We want to always apply that Bible verse to someone else in the way they treat us. But what if you applied that Bible verse to yourself? Have you
yes,
been kind with yourself? Have you been patient with yourself? Have you been
yes,
keeping count of yourself? Like apply it to yourself.
yes, yes. And that is it. Because whether we know it or not, when I talked about the love, it all starts with self. Before we can do anything, when I was telling you earlier about pouring out and pouring out and pouring out until I was empty, but it starts with self. Before you can be selfless, you have to be selfish
Hmm.
because you have to have it in order to pour it out.
Yeah.
You have to take care and you have to love yourself. Some people talk, and they call it, and you got an ego or this. But if you love yourself, I'm not talking about in an egotistical manner, but loving yourself, love who you are, love knowing like what was that song say? Love tell you when to go and love tell you when to stay. That what love do. Love told you should have brought your butt home last night. That what love do. Love, you know,
But
that's love. But it has to start with us loving ourselves, knowing our value. And I think that that goes with putting it out before you put it in,
Mhm.
is because we've allowed others to tell us our self-worth. We've allowed others to put a value on us,
Mhm.
and we have none for ourselves. So
Yeah.
we put up with some stuff because they told me this was what I was worth.
Yeah. And we become conditioned to somebody telling us our worth. And I would say that for me too. I think about generational trauma and some dumping in there, and I think about where did this come from? Why don't I feel confident in myself? My mom never gave me the confidence.
Mm,
She always told me you're this, you're that, you don't do enough. And so all I've been hearing is negativity. So I never felt positive or had a self-positive image. And so now I'm trying to figure these things out, but I have so much doubt, so much confusion. I don't know where to go, and you have to unlearn these
mm,
things that you've learned to hold true that are not truth, are false, and you have to relearn a new truth that God has for you, that you are worthy, that you are like you are to have your heart's desires, that you are worth of a blessing.
yes, yes. And and the most hurtful thing is when those things come from the ones that we have placed our trust in. So we're trusting what they're saying us has to be true.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're pouring in this negative, I'm trusting because I trust you. And if you're telling me this, it's got to be true. And that is so damaging right there. That is so damaging. And what you said about rebuilding and reconditioning yourself. Do you know how difficult it is to dig yourself out of a hole just to get back to level ground? That is the hardest because that's what that stuff does. What it does is it puts you in a hole and you're so now you spend years trying to just dig yourself out just to get back to level ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard.
And then you're having to learn, well, now that I'm out of it, now that I'm no longer letting it face me, where do I go from here?
Mm,
Well, what am I going to choose for myself now going into this new phase, new journey, a new place? And what's hard about that too, and I've had a couple patients that it's like people have assigned this personality to me that's not me. They
mm,
have assigned that maybe I'm the mean person, or that I am the angry person, or that I am this, or that I'm that. and having to resurface as a new person, and for them to get adjusted that you cannot treat me that way anymore because that person has died and this is a
Mm,
new version of me, so you got to give me the chance. And it's hard for people to allow you to function in this new phase where they're expecting old you and you're coming up new you, but they don't know how to treat new you.
right, right. That's so true. Well, you know what your cousins say every day. I think it's required every day. There are gonna be some people that you have to reintroduce yourself to because look here, I understand who you may think you're talking to, but they don't live here no more. I'm just letting you know. So allow me to reintroduce myself because you may have knew them. And I'm not saying that they didn't exist. You probably did, and you probably had much knowledge of them. But allow me now to reintroduce myself because that one ain't here no more. And people, and it's not, some people become offended by that.
Hmm.
Well, I apologize if you're offended. Now you can keep on hanging out with that old person, but it just won't be me. You can keep on with them old memories, but that's fine. That's fine. But I'm not that person anymore. Again, every day our job should be to grow, to be better than we were yesterday, to be every day. That should be our purpose is I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. I don't care if it's just a little bit better, but every day we all change and we all grow. It's
Hmm.
those people that think that they still know us from when I was in the sixth grade. Baby, let me tell you something. That's been some many years since I was in the sixth grade. Okay, I'm just letting you know. There may be some characteristics that's still the same, but let me tell you something. I ain't that same one.
The same person. I'm not even the same person I was last month or
Come
last
on.
year. And I think that speaks volumes where it's like I'm not that same person.
Right, right. And that's maturity. And that's what we all should be striving for. That is growth. Um, and I know it's hard for some people, again, because what is the word? Here's the word, because here's the word. You know what the word is? Some of us have allowed our circle to become our cage.
Mm, mhm,
The people that were around us that were supposed to be our circle and be with us when we grow and as we grow. Now they have become our cage, and now they're condemning us and they're downing us for our growth. So we have to be very, very careful about who we call our circle and the people that are around us, and
mhm.
making sure that those people are there with our growth and helping us grow and not trying to keep us because now they feel some type of way. I don't know about you. You have them people, oh, you think you this now. Oh, you think you that. Oh, you got your little education. You think you son. Oh, you got your little show. You just, no, you think that. I don't think that.
Yeah.
Don't put your thinkings on me because them your thinkings ain't mine.
And we be our biggest haters too. It's like we want better for our own people. We say, oh, we trying to level up. We trying to be executives. We trying to be entrepreneurs. We trying to be educated. And then you see me go get a certificate. You see me go get educated, and then you'll be like, oh, so you don't mess with us no more. You too good for us. I'm like, isn't this what you wanted? I don't know what you want. Them expectations.
Look, I want you to grow, just don't outgrow me. That's basically what it is. I want you to have, just don't have more than me. I want you rich, just don't be richer than me. Because when you do, then I have to, again, the one they go, boy, look, they talk about you when you're down, you ain't gonna never be nothing. They talk about you when you're up, oh, you think you're better now. And you like,
Yeah.
no.
And that's what I realized about people pleasing is that you cannot make everyone happy.
Mm-mm.
Someone's always gonna feel some type of way. Someone's always gonna feel hurt. It's always gonna be something negating because there's so many stakeholders. And I always think about my life as stakeholders because I believe in the ripple of effects and domino, and like my actions have consequences. And yes, I do believe that. And so even for me tonight, it's like my stakeholder tonight at 8 p.m. was going to be the Louisiana Country Boys for me to come on. And so it's like I'm responsible. I have a level of accountability, but we can't put that pressure on, but we have to make sure that like it fits. And so
Yeah.
like, does this fit with my values? Does this fit with my life in this space? And if it does fit, then go for it. And if it doesn't fit, why drag it along? Why entertain it?
Right. Right. That is, and you know, and it goes back. You said the same thing that I believe in. It goes back to that word choice.
Hmm.
It goes back to we have to make the choice is ours, and we have to hold ourselves. That's the one thing. My biggest thing was learning that I couldn't hold anybody else but myself accountable for the choices I made. The choices I made. I think that the most wonderful thing that I think that everyone should have is an accountability partner. I think that that is the greatest thing that you can have. That's not a yes man or a yes woman. That's an accountability partner.
Hmm.
Someone that will hold your feet to the fire.
Man.
And when you wrong, and then they will tell you, and they're doing it out of that one word, love. They're not doing it because they're trying to hurt you, but they're doing it and they come with you with love and compassion because they're holding you accountable because now those are the ones that truly see the value
Hmm.
in you. And a lot of people really don't want accountability partners.
Yeah, because nobody wants to be negated that what they're doing is wrong, that they're doing is going against what they said they wanted for their lives.
Wow.
And I was blessed enough to be introduced to accountability partners pretty much when I was in high school. And so I've had an accountability partner in the past. Um, and even now, I've learned how to introduce it to some of my friends. I'll tell them, hey, hold me accountable to this. And
Mm,
so some of them know how to keep up and be like, did you go run? Did
right.
you go do that? Did you stay up? Or I'll tell them like, hey, make sure you call me so I can make sure that okay, and somebody's doing it.
And that is so important in this life. Um, And like I said, for me, I think that is the great. I mean, yeah, sometimes you'd be like, "Oh Lord," I don't. When you see them call, you be like,
I'm,
"Damn."
I'm just not gonna answer the phone. Tell 'em, do not disturb. And you'll run. And why are you running? Because you know you finna get that heat.
You know, 'cause you know what you was supposed to do, and you know you didn't do it. You know you did.
Yeah, you're not
But yeah,
wrong.
those are the greatest people to have, and when you can find that, those people are your true roots. That is your true foundation. Those are the ones that are going to, and you know, the thing about it is I've learned they're not looking for you to salute them or shout them out or they're just there because they want to see the best in you. They want to hold you to what you said, and nothing else. You don't have to be shouting their name from the rooftop or not. They ain't looking for none of that. They like, okay, you shouting my name, but did you do this that you were supposed to do over here? Why you over there shouting my name? You know you were supposed to be doing this. And you like, but they're so important in our lives, and I think everybody should have one, at least one.
Yeah. And it's how do you introduce those conversations to somebody? And so my suggestion would be is that if you do have a good knit person who's in your circle or who's a mentor to you, um, is to have a conversation with them and be like, hey, this is my truth. I've been maybe having the challenge getting things done in this area of my life. And I would like for you to hold me accountable. What does accountability look like? Give me a phone call, send me a text message, send me the resources, uh, keep me on my schedule, and these are my goals. And you have to make those goals for yourself. And I think about the SMART method, so like measurable, the data, the when do you want to complete it by,
Right.
and how do you know that you've completed it? And so having that set out, then you know this is how I need to do it, but I need someone to say, hey, get up, it's time for you to go.
Yes. 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 I totally agree. Um, well, look, cuz we are getting close, but here's well, before that, I want to first shout out what you got coming up in a couple of weeks. That's one. I want you to talk about that. And before you leave, I'm gonna run that thing down the track that I got for you. I want you to shout out what you got coming up because I'm
Okay.
excited about it. Um, Tell us more about yourself, how we can find you, and then I got your wonderful question coming to you. Ooh.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. The way you can definitely support me is by going and searching up Be Nurtured. It's over here on my name on the little subtitle, but Be.Nurtured on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok as Be Nurtured. My website's benurtured.biz, providing mental health resources and tools to the community. And I have a podcast that comes out on a monthly basis every first Sunday at 5 p.m. Central. I have actually quarterly workshops and quarterly self-help groups. The self-help group that's coming up, it's about breaking generational trauma. So if you are interested in participating, make sure you go to our Instagram page. We'll be releasing the application for it. We're going to have a virtual session and in-person session if you're in Houston, Texas. So definitely fill it out, see if this is something you're interested in. But yeah, that's pretty much me.
All right, all right. Well, look, here is the question, and this is one of the most for me. It was one of the things that I've started asking. I had to ask of myself first and foremost before I asked anybody out. So I love asking my guests this one question, and the question is this: what is your why?
What is my why? My why is that I lost a great friend in 2017 to suicide, and the community around me did not know how to support her. And there was no intervention of mental health support to help her out of it. And knowing my experience as a girl, as a Latina, as a minority group, I've come to recognize that there's a lot of things we go through that go unspoken, and we're expected to just get over it, to deal with it, to not let it get to us, or that there's no place for our emotions in this space, when in reality, there is. And so, my why is that there is a much needed service in mental health for our communities, and that it's multi-layered. Mental health to me is an onion that has a lot of layers that we have to peel back. It's your nutrition, your environment, your household, your family, your lineup in siblinghood. It's so much. And so my why is just transparency, honesty, and for me to become a better version of myself that can impact my community. Because I believe that if I feel good, everything around me feels good. The people around me feel good. The people around me feel my energy. And them in return have a positive attribution to the interaction that they themselves want to be good around them. And that just creates a ripple effect.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow. Because I thank you. I thank you for coming. I thank you for stepping up for me when I have nobody.
You got me, cousin. You got family.
It has been a pleasure. I would also like to mention. Well, you mentioned about the event. Um,
Oh.
yes.
Yes, on March 23rd, we have the Lions Avenue Renaissance Festival happening in Fifth Ward. And so definitely I'm volunteer coordinator. Is so if you would like to volunteer your time, we're looking for volunteers to fulfill some of the positions. Thankfully, we have had over 120 volunteers, and this was like on Tuesday. So that number has grown, but we still have some positions open. If you're interested in volunteering, please, please, please do sign up. I would love you. And you get to meet me and you get to see me. And the Louisiana country boy is also going to love you and he's also going to see you.
That's right. That's right. So it is March the
23rd on Saturday, starting from what? 10, no, 12 to 5. We have 4 performing stages that are going to have dancers, singers, a headliner, performers. Latoya, she's going to be our headliner. We have over 100 vendors between food trucks, vendors, merchants. There's just so much things to do. We have an egg drop from a helicopter,
Really?
a whole kid zone, bouncy houses. So it is a really a all family inclusive event. If you would love to come support, this is our 11th year, our homecoming. Last year was so much fun. I stepped away from the organization, but I was like, give me my baby. Volunteer is my baby. And so they let me keep it. And here I am. And I'm just excited to still push it forward.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, I'm excited. Yeah, I will definitely try to be out there. Well, I'll definitely be out there with my big mouth.
I hope so. I said I was gonna hear you on that day. Didn't we say that over the phone? You're like, you'll hear
You
me, and I was
did.
like, I'm gonna hear your voice.
Well, Country Boy and his big mouth will be in the nickel. I'm gonna be in the nickel. I sure will. I'll be in Fifth Ward. So y'all come out and support. Y'all come out. You call up and volunteer. It's going to be a wonderful event. Not only that, y'all go and follow. Y'all go and support. She is doing wonderful things. I'm so proud of you. I'm so thankful that God allowed us to connect. I say this and I say it with all my heart. There's never a happenstance or a coincidence. Everything is perfectly designed by Him, and I'm grateful that He allowed you on this journey of my path called life. I thank you. I thank you. I'm looking forward to us getting together and we gonna and I'm gonna be loud out there. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. Look, if y'all looking for the country boy out in the nickel, y'all be able to hear him in his mouth. Because I will be out there. Yeah, that'd be me. Just follow the sound.
No, thank you so much, Louisiana Country Boy. I appreciate you so much. And I agree, God has no errors in where He brings us, where He takes us, where He has us. And He is truly a blessing for today and for bringing you into my life. So I appreciate Him for that. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a
Well,
tool and
thank
an asset to our community.
well, thank you, thank you, thank you. As we get ready to shut this thing down, we're gonna close it down. I close it like I always close, and I'll say this: the vision, the purpose that God has placed inside of you. Don't let anyone or anything tell you that you can't. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Don't worry about the naysayers. And let me tell y'all something, you will have them. You will have people that tell you you can't do something, you're too short, you're too tall, you're too dark, you're too light, your hair too long, your hair too short. You will have those people that will come, but don't you allow them to deter you from your vision. Whatever it is, you keep pushing. Here's one thing that I have learned about the vision that God has given each and every one of us is that vision that you have, whether it's to write a book, whether it's to be a counselor, whether it's to sing, whether it's to dance, whether it's to be a movie producer, whether it's to be a movie star, no matter what that vision is that He's placed inside of you, guess what? There's somebody else that He created that needs that you have. And understand, you're the only one that can supply it for them. That's why you have to keep pushing. That's why you have to keep going. That's why you have to know what you have inside of you and who you are is so very special because somebody is out there needing and wanting what you have. Yeah, they can go get it over there, but it ain't getting it from you. And you're the only one. You were created with it. It is yours. And it is not yours to keep, but yours to share.
Amen.
So keep pushing, keep going. And I can speak for myself. And tonight I'm going to speak for my cousin when I say this is that we believe in you. We believe in you. And we support you and your vision because hear and know this. We would be crazy as all get out not to support a vision that God gave you. I can't tell you. God gave you that vision. So why wouldn't I support the vision He gave you? That make me crazy. Say, oh God, why you give it to them? I ain't finna say that because that's your vision. So
Mhm.
keep pushing and keep going. And lastly, but not leastly, the big mouth country boy is gonna tell you this. If you woke up this morning and you open your eyes and you cleaned out your ears and you was listening and trying to hear, but you didn't hear the words, that's okay. And if you was out there today, and if you was in Houston, it was kind of hot, old country boy was sweating just a little bit. And you was out there listening and you were trying to hear, you might have heard a bird because I think the birds is out, but you didn't hear these words. Well, here it is. 9:09 Houston time. We love you. We love you. And we love you unconditionally. And what that means is ain't nothing you can do to change our love for you. That means you ain't got to love us back, but we going to love you because it's what's in
Mhm.
us. You ain't got to support us, but we're going to support you and love you because that's what's in us to do. We love you unconditionally. And it's not contingent on what you do. It's contingent on who we are and whose we are. So look here, we love you unconditionally. Thank you so very much, cuz I look forward to seeing you in a
Thank
couple
you,
of weeks.
Kaz.
It has been wonderful. It has been wonderful. Thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in. And what is the day? The day is Wednesday. Oh, so Country Boy won't be
March
back
6th.
until Monday. Y'all ain't gonna see me no more until Monday, but I'll be back Monday. Check it out. We'll be back Monday, right back here with the, well, I don't know. I think a little diva going on vacation. Well, anyway, I'll be back Monday, so y'all can catch me Monday on The Real Conversation with a Twist of Humor. Monday, 8 p.m. I'll see y'all. Until then, y'all have a blessed one. Thank you, cuz. We out of
Thank
here.
you, Kaz.